If it's on the block, we'll talk about it. And as I said, our focus this afternoon is with Dr. Thompson Fontaine. On everybody's lips, from yesterday, we've heard of an economic conference taking place at the Jungle Bay Resort in the south on the 4th to the 6th. That will attract, we expect a number of regional and international professionals speaking to the economy. I notice that a lot of persons out there are locked into the program. I will allow your calls, but given what I've noticed there on my WhatsApp messages, there seem to be some personal attacks on Dr. Thompson Fontaine. Let me warn you in advance. My right is to protect my guests. So I will not allow no disrespect. Okay, I just want to warn you in advance. You might have a different view or different opinion, but please be respectful of the leader of the United Workers' Party. So if you want to go on, you know I have access to that switch. And I have enough experience to show or to tell just where you're going or heading, huh? So on that note, let me say a special good afternoon to Dr. Fontaine. It was a great to be with me for the hour. Good afternoon, Dr. Fontaine.
Good afternoon to you and to your many listeners. It's my pleasure to be once again with you to continue our conversation that we started a couple days ago. So let me just say a special good afternoon to all those who are tuned in at this time.
Dr. Fontaine, our focus this afternoon there is the Economic Forum planned for June, early June?
Early June, correct.
Okay, so tell me what's the focus on this?
So the Economic Forum is intended to bring together Dominicans from across a series of backgrounds and different places to kind of focus in a way probably that we've not done before. The theme of this summit is planning for sustainable development. So that is basically the first stage in that planning process where we will sit together, we will analyze the various sectors of the economy, and we will identify some of the challenges that we are faced with. And more importantly, we'll try to come up with ways in which we can overcome those challenges, ways in which we can certainly do better. And even in areas where we have not done much, like the knowledge industries, for example, we can define new ways of accessing those industries so that we can begin to put together a plan that will be useful for the development of the country going forward.
An economic summit, is it needed?
It is, Matt, because what we wanted to do is to show that there is so much more that can be done. I mean, at the end of the day, the economy impacts every single Dominican. If it is working, then every Dominican benefits. If it is not working, then it works against all Dominicans. So it plays a very pivotal role in people's lives, in their well-being. It determines our level of health. It determines our level of well-being. So it is very, very critical, and it's something that really needs a lot of planning. It's not something you can just go into and do like vai. It calls for a lot of planning. It calls for a lot of deliberate focus on it, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what we'll be attempting to do on those 2 days there, between the 4th and the 6th.
What sectors specifically will be addressed?
So we are looking. What we've done is to look at about 6 sectors. We're looking at agriculture. We're looking at the tourism sector. We are looking at construction, also the renewable energy sector. Then we are looking at manufacturing, the knowledge industry, and then we are looking at sports, entertainment, and music. So basically nine areas, if you like, nine areas.
Nine
that we're
areas.
looking at, yeah.
I just want to go back and rewind the tape a bit. The focus of the initiative of this summit was taken by who?
That initiative was when I first took over the leadership of the party. In fact, when I was re-elected leader, just this past December, after my re-election, when we had our first press conference, I told the Dominican public that as part of my vision for this country, it would be to have an economic summit in the first half of this year. So that is carrying through with that. It is something that we've discussed within the party because it was part of the vision for the party that I outlined. So it's a party initiative, but we've since moved to invite the Electoral Reform Coalition, which is made up of a number of diverse groups, and that's the reason why we wanted to include them with us. Because the ARC, because of their makeup, although their focus is on electoral reform, but because of the makeup, there are a number of diverse groups. You have, the Civic Vibe group, you have the Freedom Party in there, the Workers' Party itself is there. You also have the NJAM as part of it, and the group by Coffee. I'm trying to remember now. CCM, So you have a number of different groups that constitute the Electoral Reform Coalition. So we thought it was a natural fit to get them on board with us with the planning to really set this out. Because as you can well imagine, it takes quite a lot of planning to get this done. It is not an easy thing to pull together. It has taken several hours of planning already, and the planning continues. So that's basically how it has evolved.
All right, because I'm getting some feeling that there's some opposers to that summit. That the entire management of the UWP may not be happy with this summit.
But I don't know about that. What I can tell you is that the management of the party is quite happy. I think there has been some suggestions about the location. I think that's where people have been concerned about. But that is something that we will look into to attract 100 persons, at least 100 persons. And the only conference room in Dominica that can afford us that is the Jungle Bay Resort. We thought that it is good to have it because we need a particular setup for this. I mean, we are not just coming to a political rally. That's not a political meeting. This is a planning session where you have to break up into smaller groups. You need those breakout rooms, for example. You need the setup of the communication setup that will allow people to come in from overseas. So there is a specific thing you're looking for, which you can only find within a conference room setting. So it's not just a matter of going in a hall and speaking. And that's what people seem to fail to understand, that out of necessity, we had to do it because there is no other place. We looked at
the only conference room of its type.
And in terms of the size, in terms of number of people, you will not be able to accommodate these numbers there in Fort Young, for example. We considered the parish hall as another possibility, but then when we did the costing, obviously I'm an economist. My first thought always is about cost. When we did the costing in terms of what it would cost to do it at the parish hall, because we have to basically bring in everything, compared to something that's already there and the discounts that we could get from negotiating. It made a lot of sense to do it.
So your decision was not influenced by any outsider, if you will, quote unquote.
No, it was not. It was influenced by what had to be done, by the necessity of having it there. And I don't even understand why that is a problem. This is a Dominican business. Are we somehow suggesting that the UWP should be boycotting businesses in Dominica? I don't get it. It is really a business. I understand that there has been some issues, obviously, with concerning the owner of Jungle Bay and the party, but at the same time, this is a company that hires I think over 80 Dominicans employed there. These are Dominican people that are employed. The idea that you're doing it, for the leader for the owner of the accommodation, I don't think that's right. I think it is really short-sighted, And as I said, we looked as part of the planning committee. We looked at all the possibilities, and at the end of the day, that was the most appropriate, and that's what we'll be doing, and we're going forward with it.
Who are you trying to attract in terms of who will be delivering speeches, their addresses?
We are looking at very specific experts, in the sense that persons who know their areas, who know the area of agriculture, who know the area of manufacturing, persons who have a track record of working in that area. So we are looking at, in a sense, experts, in that sense, people who understand those particular areas. So, for example, when we're looking at the geothermal area or renewable energies, we are tapping into a gentleman by the name of Dexter Newton, who's now head of a project in the U.S. Department of Energy. He's doing a project specifically on renewable energies for the United States. So hopefully he can do it for Dominica. So that's the kind of expertise that we are looking at. Persons who have demonstrated capability in those areas, that will help us think through. Because, when you're planning, you must have the ability to be able to think through the issue, think through the problem. Okay, we're looking at agriculture. What are its challenges? How can we make it work for Dominica? How can we improve it? What areas we need to look at? Is it crop insurance? Is it the actual production? Is it the supply side? So you need people who can actually frame very, very carefully the areas that needs to be focused on. And so that's what we'll be looking at in terms of the other people.
Quote unquote, an economic summit.
Yes.
What's the position of the economy as we speak?
The economy is in dire straits, to say the least, and that's putting it mildly. Our economy has suffered and has been suffering for a very long time, and that's in fact part of the reason why we're having this summit, because what we want to do in a way is to show that there are things that can be done, and let me just put it out there, Matt. Our concern is for the people of Dominica. So coming out of this summit, if there are things that the government decides to take on board and implement, I have no issues with that, because at the end of the day, what we really want to see is an improvement in the lives of the people. And sometimes we tend to look at things in too much of a very fragmented political kind of thing. My thing is, I'm Dominican. I'm doing this for Dominica. I am my own skill as an economist. Over many years now, I've been worked in Dominica, worked throughout the region, Asia, Africa, all over the place, having a deep understanding and appreciation for how the economy works. Want to bring that skill set to Dominica. Want to bring it to improve the lives of Dominicans. And so, we are doing it that way because we feel that is the best way to do it in terms of being able to attract the kind of results that we want, which is a practical way to move this economy forward.
You seem pretty pessimistic about the economy going forward, but the IMF, you were a former employee of the IMF, they seem to be giving a more optimistic picture.
Yeah, Matt, the picture from the IMF is not necessarily optimistic. What it is that it's a reality coming out of a recession. Coming out, not a recession. In a way, it is a recession that was caused by the pandemic, the COVID pandemic of 2019, when the economy contracted by some 16%. So because the economy fell, and if you go back in the history, if you look, for example, at the Dominica's economy in 1980, the year 81, 80, 81, 82, the 3 years after Hurricane David, where we had a loss of about 25% of our GDP in 1979, you will see that those 3 years recorded some of the highest growth rates we've ever recorded in Dominica. All right, and for the very simple reason that the economy was recovering from 2019, from 1979. Okay, so you have no difference there. Because you've had this big decline in the economy in 2019, the years 21, 22, 23 will show a much higher growth rate. But the economy will always return to what we call its natural state. It will move to that place where it used to be before 2019. And before 2019, it was growing at an average of about 1%. And that's where it's going to continue because nothing fundamental has been done to change that shift. That's
another troubling issue there by some of your supporters, or many of your supporters, is the question of whether the government, the DLP government, will be invited to that to participate or to present.
But by now, people will know that I'm not your traditional politician in that sense. As I said, the economy is not a political party thing, because when the economy fails, every single person suffers. It's like the rain on your rooftop kind of thing. It falls on you, it falls on your neighbor equally. So, the idea that we can be planning, and there are people within the public service, many of them that will go on to serve in our administration when we take over the office. There are lots of public servants who will continue. By the nature, they are public servants. Their first duty is to the state. These people will continue to be there, so and they have something to offer as well. So I see absolutely nothing wrong in offering that to them and asking to see if we can get some of their insights into what's going on and how we can better improve it.
This is like the prime minister, the finance minister, they are the experts in their fields.
Well, the prime minister is not an expert, not by any stretch of the imagination. So he will not be invited to necessarily speak. What we would like to invite him for is to listen to some of the things coming out of this conference and how some of the recommendations, how we can better improve the lives of Dominicans going forward. That's how we actually view it, But man, I don't know. I don't get it. That people get so riled up when you say you're going to invite government and so on, and you're going. I don't get it. Why should we be constantly fighting? I know we have had nasty things to say. We've done different things. I've been dragged before the courts like the rest of my colleagues in the party. But at the end of the day, we are trying to build a country. We are trying to we are trying to to understand ourselves in a way, and continuing with any kind of this, continuing that way, that constant, vexatiousness, and and just always trying to get a one-up on the other side. Let us fight our battles politically, but at the end of the day, if you're talking about something like the economy, where it concerns all of us, where we can equally benefit or fail, we have to face it and deal with it that way.
All right. I want to say good afternoon to the deputy political leader of the United Workers' Party, the same Ronald Charles. How are you doing, sir?
Good afternoon to you, Matt, and good afternoon to all your listeners. You have been able to captivate audiences, not just from the north, but from the south, east, and the west. And good afternoon to the most listened to station and your staff. Matt, it has always been a pleasure to be there alongside Dr. Thompson Fontaine. I think Dr. Thompson Fontaine have expressed and have articulated what we are planning from the June 4th to the 6th. Collectively, holistically. And I think that is important. At the end of the day, you cannot blame persons from speaking out their minds. It's unfair to,
it's a democratic.
Yeah, you have to make people speak. You have to make people, being able to vent. And because persons over the past years have been introduced to a kind of politics that makes you want to remain in a certain square. But I think with the leadership of Dr. Thompson Fontaine, which I've endorsed, is that sometimes the pain will come, but joy will come in the morning. That's all I have to say.
That's all you have to say on this. But again, as I spoke to Thompson earlier, there's seem to be some elements, as he said, angry with what's going on there, the summit. What would be your take on that?
Matt,
Some within your party.
well, according to Dr. Fontaine and what I will say, I am not too sure about this. I mean, I would not stand here and say I'm not hearing persons, I'm hearing voice notes. In the middle of it, I shut it down because, I mean, I have more important things to do. But as I said, you know, if persons have a right to express themselves, I mean, come on. Whatever issue they may be able to look at the situation, but the bottom line is the man to my right, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, envisaged something when he became the political leader in December of 2023. He had a press conference, and these were the things that he was talking about. He also talked about, you know, bringing people together, having a holistic approach towards the development of Dominica. Notwithstanding that, it doesn't mean that because you have a holistic approach, you have to forget the policies of the incumbents that has not yet bear any fruits to the people of Dominica. And therefore, that is why, you know, I think, and I can be subjected to correction, but if I were to recall the conversation with Curtis Matthew yesterday, Curtis Matthew, I believe, and I can be subjected to corrections, put it in a good way, they will be in opposition, so you have to invite them to the economic conference. Let them start getting used to it.
Are you that confident about that?
Of course, but man, listen, this is a wave that is eating Dominica. And the wave emanated not because of what we're doing now, but it's more so of the incumbents' style and fashion of leadership that has failed the people of Dominica, from agriculture to tourism to the justice system, just name it. And therefore, the word change is this time around is being used to the highest extent. And change is coming very, very soon.
Thompson, before you get to the place of being the next Prime Minister of Dominica, as you said confidently there, you have to win the Grand Force seat. Are you confident that you'll do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Absolutely, Matt. Not only the Grand First seat, but at least plus 10, you know, to start. So, yeah, what I like about the what's going on in Grand Four, when I contested that seat in 2014, I mean, I did not lose the election. Remember, I had 21 spoiled ballots against me, and I was told I lost in the end by 3 votes or something. So I did not lose the seat. So 10 years later, it's a different thing altogether. You have a number of persons in my community who are disillusioned, a number of persons in my community who have not realized a dream or their dream under this Dominica Labour Party. They have suffered. They have not been able to do much in terms of improve their lives to any great extent because the opportunities simply have not been there. Some of them have gotten some work within the NAP, true, but at the end of the day, they've not been able to translate that to getting a loan. Some of them have been able to get some housing, but even then, sometimes they have issues, in terms of being able to maintain, paying for it and so on, paying for the services like water and that kind of thing. So I think what you have is a very different situation from what existed in 2014. And from my interaction with them, with the people of my village and so on, it is clear. And they will tell you that, now is your time. Now is your time. And so I believe that. I believe they will stand with me. I believe there is a historic opportunity for the very first time in the history of Dominica to have a prime minister coming from the east of the country or the southeast. And that alone is a cause for excitement. People are excited about it. They're telling you that. They're saying, well, we're going to have a prime minister in that from our area. And it's a sense of pride. It's a sense of of joy for them. So I think that all of those issues are working very positively. Of course, I still have to continue doing my work. I'm not going to take it for granted. Rest assured, I will be pounding the pavement. I'll be knocking on every door. I'll be visiting every person. Absolutely, man. Every chance I get, every time I'm here in Dominica, I do that too. You know, I hardly do anything else or outside of being probably talking to you sometimes, and then trying my best to be on the ground and reaching, visiting, revisiting, talking, re-talking. You know, because it's not always easy in terms of getting it done one time. You know, people need to see you, they need to be able to feel you, to touch you, to feel your pulse, and so I'm doing that very successfully in that sense. And I just want to thank the people of Granford for being welcoming, even those who are openly supporting the government. They open their doors to me and so on, and that's what I want. I want us to feel like we are, even if we might have differences in opinion, we can still invite each other for a cup of tea. We can still, you know, invite each other for a bite. We can be civil to each other, you know, and that is happening quite a lot. That's happening quite a lot, and it's different, Matt, because when I campaigned in 2014, there was this constant hostility sometimes, you know, and you could tell it. People would just, by the way they looked at you, you could sense it. Now it is different. I mean, persons who were even sometimes even openly hostile, now they're a lot more accommodating. So there is, in fact, a difference. This is a long answer to the question to say absolutely, very, very confident, but not taking anything for granted. Still have to do the work. Still have to do the knocking on the doors. Still have to do the asking for the votes, and that will be done in the weeks and months ahead.
Ronald, I want to ask you the very same question. Yes, the question is, will you be confident to capture that seat in the valley? You have tried.
Well, Matt, let's take it differently. First thing, I must be endorsed by the people of the Roseau Valley through a process, and that is the Constituency Association for the Roseau Valley.
Okay.
Must endorse and say this is the man. If they were to do this, they have to have reasons to do so. And I think if I am endorsed, I will definitely do what I have to do. Of course, we have to go through the process of candidacy. And once I've given the opportunity, I'll do what I have to do. But let me just say that representing people is not just an 8 to 4 job, 24/7. So almost around a yearly activity. And sometimes you find yourself having to put your own development on hold, your own dreams and aspirations on hold for the betterment of the people that are around you. I've tried to do this. I mean, I may not have, I've tried my best, and there are areas to be improved. Nonetheless, I know that the people of the Roseau Valley know that the same Ronald Charles has tried his best over the past 20, 25 years, continuously been engaged in different sporting activities, in community development, in music, entertainment, and of course, the legal service that I provide. I think I'm in a good position to be selected, and if I am, I will try my best, but the people would have to decide this.
All right, I just want to go back to a statement made by the leader of the United Workers' Party sometime, and everybody seemed to be talking about. I'll play it for you, Thompson, and then you can analyze and respond. Let's listen to you.
It is clear that this country of ours cannot continue to go down that path. And our stand on 6 December, and to use the word of U.S. President Roosevelt, on a day that will go down in infamy, is to stand our ground, to not give up, but rather to keep pushing until that day when there are free and fair elections in Dominica. We will continue to pursue electoral reform, and will continue to demand that as soon as those reforms are completed, and no later than the first quarter of 2024, that we have new elections in Dominica.
Those of us in Dominica, we have to be the masters of our own destiny. We have to be the ones to fulfill the electoral reform. We have, and that's the responsibility of our opposition. we have to continue to push that process. We have to continue to insist on electoral reform, and we have to take, after this break that we're given by our supporters, they're now looking to us for leadership on this issue.
All right, so Thompson, was there a change of mind about this? You seem to be in a more, if you will, a more vibrant mood. You wanted protest action. Now you seem to be a little cool on that.
Matt, in what I just heard, did I talk about protest action? I said we have to continue pursuing with everything that we have.
So have you stopped pursuing?
We have not. We have not. I mean, electoral reform. And when I was here with you on a couple of days ago, I made it very clear that electoral reform is still front and center of what we are demanding and what we need to have here in Dominica. But we also said that there have been promises made with regards to that issue. I also reported that conversation with the Attorney General, he assured that they were within basically days of bringing some type of legislation forward. So the process is moving ahead, and that's the reason why I was saying that we need to be, in that sense, we need to be patient, because we are getting the end result. What we want is electoral reform. We are getting there. No, we have not seen the legislation, so we can't sign off on it. We have to see what is in there first. Now, once we see what is in the legislation, then we'll decide our next steps, Okay. But the idea that I've somehow backed away from electoral reform could not be further from the truth. We continue to demand electoral reform, and we continue to demand the cleansing of the voters' list, voter registration cards, and access to the national radio station. This has not changed at all, and that's what we continue to push for.
So you have not changed your mind about it?
I've not changed my mind about it at all, Matt. And anybody who would suggest that that I've changed my mind is certainly not doing justice.
They're suggesting that you become soft all of a sudden.
But soft. Well, I mean, I've heard this criticism being leveled by my detractors. When I was small, there used to be some bad boys in the community, and when they have a problem, they would would run for their cutlass and they would be slamming it on the pitch, like on the road and so on. Like, they're so bad. I want to display that, the bad. So at the end of the day, you found that these guys were not ready. So they woke up with anything else, Yeah. So a lot of times, people that they're talking and flaring up and so on, when you think they're the bad ones, may not be. Still waters run very, very deep, and you should not just assume that because I am not, banging my cutlass on the road, that I am soft. Far from it, Matt.
Yeah. So you're not the militant type. Your approach is different.
I grew up in militancy. I was at 14 years old. I was in a group of SME boys who were there marching, down on the ministry and so on, always at the center of that. Always believe that you have to push for what you want, but also believe that there is a place and a time for everything. There is timing, and timing is everything. When you do what is going to ultimately depend on the success of what you're doing. So and then also, Matt, as I grow older, I also find out that you have to be planning very, very carefully, in the sense that in your deliberations, you must think about outcomes. You must be able to visualize, or you must be able to see that if I do action A, action B may respond out of it. And if action B responds, how then do I react to it? So it's not just about being out there, as I said, slamming your cutlass on the turf and showing that you're a bad boy. It's more subtle than this. And also, Matt, there is a certain level of responsibility that goes with being a leader. When you're a leader, you have to weigh very carefully your actions, because now your actions impact not only yourself, but others who will be impacted. And that has always to be weighing at the back of your mind.
One of your constituents, I think one of your big supporters, says, remind Thompson that Riviere, Sirik, and Monjon are included in that constituency.
Oh, Matt, when you say Grand Four, I just assume you're talking about the constituency. Of course, my peeps say in Freal and in fact, Matt, the most of the support. I mean, we've won hands down in Riviera Syriac and Monjon for the past several election cycles. So, yeah, they are well aware of that. When I speak, although I may have said Grand Four, but I was speaking of the Grand Four, Monjon, Riviera Syriac, Montreal, Montfregat constituency.
All right. I think we can take a few phone calls now and we'll have some interaction. But before we do so, you can start calling. But let me just ask Thompson Fontaine a question that I think on everybody's mind. CBI and where we are this time.
Okay. Matt, the CBI appears to have taken a hit based on the same IMF report that you talked about earlier. It showed a 52% reduction in the revenues from CBI over the past year. And what it tells me is that the fact that the British removed or imposed visa restrictions on Dominica has had a very bad impact on the CBI receipts. And in addition to that, the fact that now we've been forced, as it were, to increase the price from 100,000 to 200,000, that is also having some impact. So it does appear as if the CBI is being reduced very, very, very much.
Will you continue with the CBI if?
I don't believe the CBI is sustainable, and for me, it would be to win us out of it as quickly as possible. And the way you do that is to develop your other sectors so that you don't have to depend upon the CBI. I always thought it was not done well, and you cannot have. Now we have some 45,000 Dominicans rapidly approaching our natural population. I don't like that ratio. I think it has really outlived its usefulness and its purpose, and we need to look elsewhere for the fortunes for Dominica.
So what would be your priorities in terms of the alternative?
Priorities, definitely agriculture. I keep pressing that every chance I get. We have rich, fertile land that can produce the kind of crops that we need, the kind of produce that we need that can then be manufactured. Agriculture definitely will be the number one priority. And that, of course, we're going to tie into the knowledge industry and or the sectors, the traditional sectors like tourism and manufacturing, certainly.
All right. Again, I'm going to start taking phone calls, but I've said I've made the preamble before I started. I want you to be very respectful. I've noticed some anger out there. And if you can be respectful of Dr. Thompson Fontaine or Mr. Ronald Charles, we will put the switch on you, okay? So please ask your question, be short, and let's take more phone calls. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Yes, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to Dr. Fontaine and to Charles.
Yes, good afternoon.
Let me say, I am fully supportive of Mr. Dr. Fontaine. I personally like the approach. I love the approach you're taking. We want a change in Dominica, but that has to go with all of us. The bigger we support a political party, that we have to look down on the other party. Forget the other party. The leaders is the problem. The people who support the party is different. We are all inclusive in whatever to happen in Dominica. We know Dr. Fontaine is a man out there, right? A diplomat out there, helping other countries. So that alone is an open experience for him. So we in the United Workers' Party, together, as I said already, I have no personal thing against nobody who supports the party. The thing is, when it's election time, we support our party, we campaign, we ask people to vote for us and those kind of things, But when it comes after election, all of us have to come together to make Dominica what it is. If we have to criticize what the government is doing, we have to. Government is doing wrong, we have to say it. But we're not going to hate people. As I personally say, I have nothing against the Prime Minister of the country, The personal problem, I have no thing. But what I don't like about it is the way that he run the country and say wrong things and lie to people and make believe and cripple the nation how it is now. But personally, Mr. Fontaine, Dr. Fontaine, I like your approach. And you will always get people to criticize. But I will tell you straight, the people who criticize don't want to see better for Dominica. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. A WhatsApp message from the diaspora reads, Dr. Thompson Fontaine is on point. He demonstrates great leadership qualities and comes across as being poised, intelligent, and someone who can bring the people together. He stands miles ahead of Prime Minister Skerrit. All the best, Dr. Fontaine, in your undertaking. Empty vessels make the most noise. Wow, this guy is so profound and deliberate in his response. All right, let's go to the telephone at this time. Another phone call. Yes? I'm here.
Yeah, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, yes.
And let me say a special good afternoon to our distinguished leader, the Honorable Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
And our deputy political leader.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Matt, I would like to say here this afternoon for the record, I am one of the old heads of the party. Being of the United Workers Party is 36 years old, and I am 34 years with the party. I'm a former two-time candidate of the party, a former vice president of the party, a former member of the management committee of the party for over 20 years, a former member of the nominations committee of the party for years. So I believe that I am in a position to say a few things about, the party. I believe Dr. Thompson Fontaine and his team, that's the operative word, his team. We're not a one-man show. We don't do any one-man shows in the United Workers Party. His team, Dominica, with the United Workers Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine and his team, I believe they are the best team that we can put forward to get the country moving again. Matt, just this week, I was talking to a young man in Portsmouth, and he told me that his business, as though things are so bad, as though over the last couple of months, it looked as though somebody passed a hand on him. So I tell him, no, nobody didn't pass the whole hand on you. The economy is bad, and it's going to get even worse. Wait till around August, September, later down this year, it is going to get even worse than it is right now. So thumbs up to Thompson Fontaine. I want to urge all our party supporters, everybody, let us rally behind Dr. Thompson Fontaine, our political leader and his team. And as long as we can do that, the sky is the limit. Good luck, guys.
All right, thank you. Let's take a voice note there again from the diaspora.
Hey, Matt, as usual, great program. Very interesting. Hello to Ronald Charles and also to the leader of the opposition, Mr. Thompson Fontaine.
The leader of the United Workers Party.
While I appreciate the the composure of Thompson Fontaine. He's very confident, soft-spoken. As he said, still waters run deep, and I believe that. Some of us like to beat our chests, like King Kong, and deep down, nothing not there. But Matt, we're talking about a different political climate. We're not talking about the 70s and the early 80s. Just look at what happened when the UWP came and took over. Matt, it was not an easy road. These people, and I admire them, Matt. They were bold, they were fearless, Matt. They were almost like savages. I mean, they just came in there with a different style of politicking, and they got in there, Matt. They got in there, and I wish I could see that, And we have our reservations where Mr. Fontaine is concerned because of his, easy-go-lucky kind of style, Matt, for me, I am militant, Matt. Matt, I raised up with three brothers, and it was a constant fighting. I had to find my place, So I'm kind of a little bit of a rebel. I know myself, Matt. So maybe I know that I cannot impose my rebellion on Dr. Fontaine. He has his style. But Matt, we're looking at a different political climate, right? And in that political climate, Matt, we do not need cat paws, Matt. We need lion roars. You don't have to beat your chest like King Kong or come out with branding with your cutlass, Matt. But you can be really bold and fearless, Matt, in other types of ways. You see? Because the climate, the political climate that it is right now, Matt, is not of the 70s. We need a lion roar, not cat paws, Matt.
All right. Thank you. I'm getting there from this scholar that we need militancy.
Yeah, but Matt, at the end of the day, one thing that never changes in politics is that you have to win the hearts and minds of the voter, plain and simple. So the strategy that we have adopted right now is to make sure we can do that. And that's why I'm very proud of my deputy. Every Tuesday, he has a community outreach. He takes a day out of his office to go on the ground and talk to the community, spend time with them. That's how he's going to win this seat. So yeah, I mean, you can you can say and do everything, but at the end of the day, you got to come back to the voters. And then when you come back to the voters, you need the voters to say, yes, I have seen you, I have heard you on the ground, and I'm prepared to vote for you. So the battle for hearts and minds is what we're engaged in.
All right, another text message. It reads, the economy is so bad that for the very first time, small business owners are now leaving Dominica and are opening businesses in St. Lucia. This was unheard of in the last 60 years. Are you surprised, Doctor?
Not surprised that people are moving out. I mean, it is tough. The incomes have stagnated in Dominica for many, many years. We've not had any serious wage increases to speak of. So people are doing more with a lot less these days, and they cannot support the businesses as they normally would. So yeah, it's not surprising to me that people have to take this drastic action.
All right, more phone calls. Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Matt, and good afternoon to our deputy political leader and our astute political leader, Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
Thank you.
Matt, I am not even at home, but I'm always on my run-ins. And someone called me to tell me, oh, Dr. Thompson and the political leader and the deputy leader is on. And I say, okay. And I just got a break to eat my lunch, and I say, let me call. I listen in, and Matt, Dr. Thompson Fontaine is so encouraging. This man has a beautiful soul. He's inspiring. I've not seen or heard of this in a long time, Matt. Matt, I'm very proud. Matt, I'm honored to be part of the United Workers' Party. And, as he said, politics is dynamic. You have an idea today, but tomorrow the political climate doesn't allow you to pursue sometimes something that you said in the past. And then you have to review it, reassess, and then come better. This man is so inspiring. I just want to thank Mr. Dr. Thompson Fontaine for having this approach. And I'm telling you, you are winning hearts, my friend. In fact, I'm getting a lot of calls. I don't have to tell you world how much calls I'm getting. And you expect people to, I'm getting calls too, with opposition of sometimes his manner in which he approaches things. But more so, while people criticize that, they also say, yes, they are feeling a pulse of hope. They are feeling an array of hope. And we will get results. Everything that you do must be result-oriented. And I believe the approach that he has, of course, to win hearts, first of all. When you win hearts, you grow numbers. And as we always say, politics is a numbers game. How do you win? By numbers. Even so, people are contemplating with the electoral reform that is coming. Remember, is what the United Workers' Party has been advocating that the government is going to take. You heard them the other day. You heard the leader of the country said, look, we're going to take these 5 pointers. What are the 5 pointers in him? The very thing that we have been advocating. So if we are not talking, then we would not have them persuaded to do what they are going to do. The important thing is that what are they going to do? And we need to see what is in the final document before we go to Parliament. But we have to wait. We cannot act out of irrational beliefs and ways. Not what people say. It's not what people say. So Dr. Thompson Fontaine, let me just say to you, sir, you're on the right track. You are winning hearts. And you are inspiring, sir. This is the most important thing. I wish you all the luck in everything. I wish you God's blessing upon you and your family. Stay strong. We are United Workers' Party, and we are going together forward, united. Have a good afternoon.
So good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Glass Glenroy Coffee, the caretaker for the Roseau Constituency. Another text message coming in here. There are many coming in, but I'll try to read them one at a time. I love Dr. Fontaine. I love his approach, cool, calm, and collective. I also like the fact that he's not thinking like Skerritt, not arrogant, not hostile. Keep up the good work, Dr. Fontaine. I'll be certain to attend the summit at Jungle Bay. Note, I have never voted for the United Workers' Party, but I will remain voting against them. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes? Yeah? Are you there? Yes, hello.
Hey, Mr. Pelte, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Ronald Charleston, Dr. Fountain, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
For you to understand your opponent, you must listen to them. And if you're looking to win hearts and to hell with the rest of the organs, that body will die. I listened to Dr. Fountain talking about the first time he went up, how hostile people in his constituency were to him, but now they're coming around. Very, very, very interesting observation and comment, because some people think they should not be criticized based on who they are. You can criticize them. So, Dr. Fountain, I want to ask you a question, my brother. Your effectiveness in absentia, how do you measure it? Matt, let me just protect your callers as well. Matt, not just your guests for you to protect. Protect your callers. I asking you that question, answer me, and then I have a follow-up question.
And make them short blessings. Yes, you can.
Since the year started, I've spent approximately how many months we are in now? I've spent at least 2 months worth of time on the ground in Grand. In the last year, I spent if you combine everything, at least 5 months on the ground. So if that is considered to be abstentia, then it's not 12 months of the year, but it's substantive time, enough time to get a sense and to get a feel and to speak to the people. Up to yesterday, I was in Riviera Cyric, meeting with people, visiting their homes and so on. I do that every time I'm here. So, and that's how I know that the attitudes are changing. And absolutely.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, quickly. Dr. Fountain, was it a unilateral or collective decision within the structure of the, the executive of the UWP, if I may still say UWP? Within the structure of the executive, how many of you took the decision to go to Jungle Bay? That's the next question, and I'll listen via the.
Okay, all right. Let's allow Dr. Fountain to.
Yeah, Matt.
I asked that question before.
Yeah, but basically we have a planning committee, that was put together for that purpose, and that's how the decision was made through the planning committee.
So there are senior members of the party who agreed to that initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. But Matt, don't forget.
Yes.
You see.
Come a little closer to the phone.
Sorry. Let me just say a couple of things as it relates to this, because I think sometimes we sometimes don't absorb the objective of an event or the objective of an activity, and we take what I call the threaded parts of it, right? We take the threaded parts of it, play ping pong. All right. What is the biggest feature out of the Economic Revival Summit? What is the biggest? Matt, I'm asking your question. Nobody asked you a question. Let me ask you a question. Matt, what do you think it is? No, I say this with laughter, but I'm extremely serious. We have to understand this. When the committee met, there were, and Dr. Thompson spoke of it. Fort Young couldn't make it. We have emails from Fort Young. They're still constructing a certain area that they would maybe be able to accommodate 80 people. They can call and prove me wrong. The same issue was for the Goodwill Parish Hall. I mean, where else? I think maybe we should have tried maybe
which one?
Kempinski. Maybe it would be much better. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that persons, and rightfully so. I mean, one would, in reflection and in retrospect, one would have to kind of, remember that, of course, Mr. Sam Raphael was a little bit hard on our president and said certain things about him I mean, and to me, if anybody you say certain things about, they tend to have it, close to their heart. I mean, because
You're
you
human.
know,
You're human.
you're a human being, so I understand that. But let us not take away the objective of this. Please, let us not do this. And I will say this again, as it relates to Dr. Thompson Fontaine. I'm seeing more often on island than anything else. But anyway, just to look at this, the United Workers' Party is not about Dr. Thompson Fontaine alone. We have a dynamic president. We have a commendable general secretary in the name of Nicholas George. We have trustees in the line of Mr. Edison James, Ernie John Finn, Mr. Norris Prevost. We have great minds like Alex, Mr. Isaac Baptist. We have Soso, who is brilliant in every field. We have Sika. We have Clement Marcel, who is trained in management and strategies and all that. We have a big team of solid guys. If Dr. Thompson were to fall tomorrow, God forbid, are we going to say that we are not going to pursue removing this government because the leader is gone? No. And Dr. Fontaine, I don't mean you no harm. I may the good Lord continue to bless you. All right. I don't mean you harm, but I'm trying to draw a reference. It means that the United Workers' Party for many years have had formidable men in it. Men with great character.
And women too.
And women, men and women, And we will continue to do what we have to do collectively. Dr. Fontaine, I've said it. I have said it. In any house that you are in, there are times that your wife, your common law, your girlfriend will, make a noise about something. You didn't wash the dishes. You didn't clean the yard properly. Why did you not cover the toilets before you pee? All those things come up. So I know at the end of the day, it's about a family. And people will not be happy with everything that you do. But Dr. Thompson has what you call a responsibility as political leader, but he's also accountable. You know the difference, Matt? Responsibility. A person may have a responsibility to clean a shop and to vacuum it, etc., etc. And they go to that shop, and one day the vacuum that they use to do their responsibility as a job description, they're unable to use it because it blew off. It's not good anymore. Electrical problems. Are they going to sit there, or are they going to say that they are accountable and therefore find another way to clean the floor? And that is what Dr. Thompson has to do. Right? There is a sense of accountability to Dominicans. And yes, our party is a great party, and yes, we're going to win the next election, and yes, we're going to do what it takes. But we must understand that there are certain things that we will do, and we're doing it because we spend time analyzing, strategizing, and doing what it takes to make this country a better place and to bring people on board. You cannot, under no circumstances, believe that because we are this great party, that's it. No, we have to invite, we have to bring people aboard. But not at any cost. Not at any cost. But we have to do what we have to do to make Dominica a better place. And I believe in the leadership of Dr. Thompson. And people say Dr. Thompson Fontaine soft. Let me put it, they say he have a passive way of doing certain things. But this is an international strategist. This is a man that is engaged in South Sudan. This is a man that was part of the IMF team. This is a man that was able, when they stole his Grand Force seat by 5 votes. This is a man that is highly respected. And this is a man that I walked through the streets in the Carnival City, in the last Carnival activity, and was able to embrace people. And this is a man, when a fight comes, and I saw it happen during the Carnival, he was able to diffuse it, not by going for cutlass or taking a stone, by using his wisdom and being able to tell these gentlemen, hey, and they all took a drink and we walked away. All right. He was able to diffuse that. So I know what I'm talking about. So it's not always about this person you see with the cutlass and as they say in it, how you use the word when you're thinking it on the road. I can't remember the term. You know?
The plat.
Well, you know, back on it, but woman. But I say this to say,
yes,
in everything that you do, you will be faced with challenges. Everybody is an individual and have different perspective on how things should be done. But at the end of the day, the collective and holistic approach is going to make it happen. It's going to make it happen because whatever we do not do it for individuals, but for Dominica and for the next generation. And I believe in retrospect, when persons realize what this man is doing for us as a nation, being in our position, we are going to be happy and we are going to say, now I see where you were going, but I didn't see it then. Let's be collective in our movement.
All right, let's take a phone call. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon to you,
Good
and
afternoon to
your
Good afternoon
listeners,
to you. Yes.
Dr. Thompson Fonkin and the gentleman from the Valley. Matt Peltier, I am happy to hear the tone that Thompson Fonkin has been using, and I'm one, and it pains me, and I know that Ronald Charles just mentioned it. It pains me for to see that our voting population, the shallowness of our thought process and our decision making when we selecting leaders. And Dominica's politics has basically whittled out to colors, blue and red. And that narrative has to stop. And the Dominican people need to understand, here is a gentleman who doesn't have to be in Dominica to earn a living, to make a life. By his example, he's worked with St. Kitts, he's worked with the IMF, he's right now in South Sudan. A black man, a Dominican man, a man of the soil. And we are in a situation in where our economy is in tatters. Our state of affairs is messed up. And it would be a sad state of affairs to see our own people who always talk about support local, support Dominicans, not making the right choice in bringing back people of Dr. Thompson Fonkin's stature, not just stature, but experience to help build the country. At the end of the day, the greatest resources we have is our people, and how you add value to the people is exactly what Dr. Fonkin is demonstrating by his activity and his history. And I for the life of me, I don't understand why we make these simple comparisons about dimples and likability. And so you're telling me a man comes to your house with a jacket and tie and he's a thief. And because a guy comes with a shirt and a pants that's telling you the truth, you're going to take the jacket. And that's the mentality here. But let me share a little experience with you. Matt, I went to a conference for sustainability and environmental and sustainability and development in one of the cities I live. There were leaders from industry. There were leaders from the various cities. And when these people sit down and plan, they go and they do like 100-year plan, thinking about the population growth, thinking about the geography in the area, the how many, what's the working class, what's the average income in the household, all those things. Where we need schools, what is our water supply, what electricity needs we're gonna have. All these things they think about, how we design our parks. And this lady, she's a lawyer in the state of Texas, has probably 2 or 3 master's degrees, very, very brilliant. And she said something that amazed me. She said, you know what, as a city manager, when I hire people, I want to hire people who are smarter than I am, because they make my work easier. Because at the end of the day, any one man who thinks because he's got an education or in some position, he has the solution for every problem is a damn fool. And any man who thinks that he has to make a decision for every aspect of our life in society is nothing but a damn fool and a con artist. And I would hope that in a society that is advanced as the United States, somebody who's a lawyer and have so many degrees can tell you, I need people smarter than me. You know why? Because not every smart person, intelligent person has management skills. But that's okay. And not every mathematician is going to be able to fix your car. But that's okay. And what it says is that there are people, there are gifts and skills. And what we do as good managers is identify those gifts and skills and put them where they are most effective. And a good manager realizes that I am not the only one who's going to solve the solution or the problems in Dominica. And if Dr. Thompson Fontaine can speak that language and let people know that he's not the one who's going to save Dominica, but what he can do is bring people together. And I like the idea that you said, you're not serving Dominica for red, blue, or green. And I've said it over and over again. We have to be able to attract the people who are voting the Labour Party to support your cause because they understand that your decisions, your solutions, your ideas are not just selfish ideas. And I'll tell them why it's not selfish ideas. Because if the fact that Dr. Fontaine can get a job all the way in Sudan and make a life of his own, it tells you he does not have to abuse people. He does not have to steal from the state. He does not have to lie and con his way to be successful.
I'll tell you what, we have to take you out on that note. It's 2:44. Good. Again, good afternoon. Always appreciate your inputs here. But let's take more phone calls. At this time, it's 2:44. Thank you. Hello, yes? I'm here.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Matt, let me give you a little of my experience with Dr. Thompson Fontaine. When I met Thompson Fontaine the first time, that was when we had that big convention at the Marriott Hotel in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. The day before that, we were at a restaurant, and I said Thompson Fontaine always sitting working. He's never checking, he was never eating, he always working. I wonder what kind of guy is this? And one night, Matt, he was coming to Dominica from another state. He had to pass to New York, overnight in Brooklyn by me, and take him to the airport in the morning. I gave him directions how to get to my home on the train.
Okay.
Out in the night time. He followed the directions, he got to the train, and he called me. It was around after 10:11. Matt Thompson Fontaine had two suitcases, a big one and a medium-sized one. He climbed all the subway steps with the two suitcases. I met him at the top of the stairs. I took a smaller one from him. Matt, I remember getting on a dozen steps. I couldn't move that anymore. I called him. I can't take that. I can't take the bigger one. I can't take the smaller one. Not the bigger one I can take. The guy just come back, he take it from my hand, and he walk in, and I had to keep up with him. He have a big heavy suitcase and a medium one, and I empty-handed because he have nothing else I can help him with. The smaller one is too heavy for me. Bring them up my stairs, take her towards rest, take him to the airport. I say, you see this guy there? This guy there, he doesn't make a big scene, not a big wave maker, but he doesn't give up. That's why I know him at. Things are going to change. Thompson Fontaine is going to do with succeed. Many others fail. He's going to win. He's going to be the Prime Minister of Dominica. He's soft, he's quiet, but he doesn't give up. He's not afraid. He never gives up in whatever he's doing, and he's always working. He's into weather, he's into sports, he's into finance, he's into economics, and he does everything well. Thompson Fontaine is going to be the next Prime Minister of Dominica. Mark my word when I tell you that.
All right, caller, thank you. I know you're a great musician and you're a great calypso writer, and of course, we will believe what you say there. 4493095. I have no doubt about you. That was Mr. Pat Aaron there in Dominica. Now, why Dominicans? Somebody's asking why Dominicans continue to raise and discuss non-issues like that while Dominica is burning to the ground. Oh my God. Ronald and Dr. Fontaine doesn't even need to go there. Let's deal with the bigger picture and where the damn country is at this time period. Politics is local and other strategies on point. Those of us who understand politics will agree with this strategy. Our constitution speaks to representatives of the people. You are only able to represent the people by being on the ground, meeting and speaking with the people. Another point of view there. And let's take another phone call. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, can I speak?
You can, yes.
Oh, yes. First of all, I want to say as we move into the apex of our development, people must stop this myopic sort of attitude. Here it is, the opposition decide to go to a place to have a convention. And people are making noise about the man is a Dominican. Everybody can't be on your side. And that is very good of Fontaine's side, that he did not hold any grudge against the man and proceed in there. It's like yesterday when I called on the program, a guy met me. He told me, boy, you join those guys? I said, I don't have to join anybody. It's something you're making a contribution to our radio program. He's not joining anybody. And it's time that people, the old time days when politicians would say, well, I'm not fixing that road because you're not We have to stop that, and we have to be open in an international kind of circuit. I mean, here it is. When one of the companies here sponsor something, or let's say one of the communication company, they don't want you to go to the other one. But in Special Olympics, we get 100 different communication companies internationally to sponsor, and you've seen all of them thing on the back of the T-shirt. It's time we broaden the horizon and stop this thing. And even finally, some of the people that giving communion in church, they see me and they're watching me in a way as if to say, well, I don't have to join anything. I'm an independent person. Discussion is going on. I can make a contribution. I'm not in a communist country. And people have to break off from that myopic, old kind of feeling and understand we have to unite and be together. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, 449 3095 9697. Good afternoon. I want to applaud Dr. Fontaine for trying to mend the division that has been caused by the Dominican Labour Party for the past 20 years. I want him to continue to seek employment outside of Dominica, because clearly there's no employment in Dominica for an individual with all that experience and educational background. The same people who want him to face the grunt of what's on the ground are the same people who are now crying that there are no opportunities for themselves as young people. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yeah? Are you there, caller? No, you're not. Let's move on. 250, yes. Are you there?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Fontaine, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I've been listening to you speaking for the longest while there. And the way you speak, you're very concerned about people. I listen to you attentively, and the way you put people first. And some people, it seems, for you to be a leader, you have to be a militant military man. I don't believe so. You have to love the people, and you have to be with the people. And some people, when they talk, they speak about I, and you don't speak like that. You speak up collectively. You want to bring in the people, for the people, and that's good of you. That's very nice of you. I am not a UWP supporter or any kind of supporter, but the way you speak, I love the way you speak. It is a man for the people, with the people, work with the people. And it's not a I kind of situation. Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day. Matt, tell the esteemed gentleman, don't forget Portsmouth. Portsmouth is vulnerable and is ready to change, Dr. Fontaine.
That's good news. That's really good, and yeah, we'll continue to pursue all opportunities, all options. That's the way to go.
Let's take a voice note there. We have 9 more minutes with Dr. Fontaine and Ronald Charles.
Good afternoon, Matt, and good afternoon to your panel. It's just amazing that people have a problem with the fact that the function that the Europe has, it's going to be held at Jungle Bay. The man is a Dominican. The man has what they need. So what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Not use him because he supports the Labour Party? Come on. It's just like with Christian people. It's sad to say it, but we figure that we're not supposed to support anybody that's a non-Christian. But let's be honest, the people that are Christians, they don't have it to give. They don't have the businesses, they don't have the finances to do what needs to be done. And it's the same thing from what I'm hearing. It sounds like the same problem. The man has a place. Why not use it? You catch more bees with honey than with vinegar. So go to the man's place. If he has what you need, you do what you need to do. Who knows? You might win him over. Just by that, letting him see that, it's not about this, it's about the country, you may win him over. So all those that have a problem with that, come on, this is what you guys have a problem with. You don't have a problem with Scary getting 30% raise and giving his people 20%. You don't have a problem with somebody else controlling the money of Dominica, a foreigner controlling the money of Dominica. You don't have a problem with everything else. All you're paying $64,000 a month in rent for a prime minister, but you have a problem with the European holding a function at another Dominican's place of business. Come on. Like, seriously, we have worse things to worry about. The country's in shambles. People dying left, right, and center in the Dominica China Fried, whatever they call it in the hospital. Like, this is what you guys concerned about? Like, seriously? Come on, people. There's bigger fish to fry than that. Thank you, man.
Well, clearly from the calls I've gotten this afternoon, it seems clear that everybody is giving their approval of the economic summit taking place at the Jungle Bay Resort from June 4th to the 6th. On the telephone, good afternoon to you. We have 6 more minutes. Hello, talk to me. Yeah,
Matt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, yes?
Matt, in the interest of time, protocol has been established. Matt, this is like the last voice note you played there, Matt. This is exactly why we are concerned about that. Because Sam Raphael, Matt, is not just any other Dominican. That is the point we need to make. Sam Raphael is a Dominican, Matt, who is an advocate, a top public relations man for Roosevelt Skerrit, the man who has been missing our billions, the man who is not giving us electoral reform, the man who is receiving $74,000 a month on taxpayers' money for his house rent, the man who is giving himself how much salary percent increase while the public servants are not getting.
So this is the reason why you don't want Dr. Thompson Fontaine or UWP to hold that function there at the resort?
Matt, that is sending a very bad sign for the people, the base of the United States.
Well, let me give you advance notice, my friend Brian. I guess because I don't want that conversation to continue too long. Mr. Sam Raphael will be a guest on Q95. I said Mr. Sam Raphael will be a guest on Q95 on Tuesday afternoon. So you have a chance to ask him and tell him all your concerns. That's what I'll tell you. Or will you be available to ask the questions directly to Sam Raphael?
Yeah, Matt, if you have been following Q, Matt, I, along with Blessings, are the key persons who shut down Sam Raphael on the other side program, Matt. Always calling Sam, always interacting with Sam.
Well, feel free on Tuesday, Brian, to ask Sam all the questions, okay? 2:56, we don't have too much time. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, my brother.
Good afternoon
We don't
to
have time for that for you. What we're doing there now, what Thompson trying to do is to bring the people together. So let me warn United Workers Party supporters. It's not about Thompson Fontaine, it's not about Sam Raphael. Let's wait to hear how the function going to go and what that's going to happen. That's a very good thing. Sam might be changing his mind because he might be, not getting money or whatever, and he decide to work with United Workers Party on the table. You don't know what is happening. Let's not fight against one another. Thompson doing good. What I would like, Mr. Brian, is for you to call Lennox and ask Lennox if he's in favor of that, because I don't hear Lennox saying nothing. Right now it's Thompson. Lennox did a lot. I am not saying no, but it seems to me that the Kabwe man, and Lennox, like I said, that direct to you, it seems to me that when it's really know to really unite, to get things together, it seems the leader business is you and Thompson. It seems to me that it have a problem. I would like to now submit for correction. Now, Mr. Thompson, I would like to ask you now if Lennox is getting involved in that function up by Sam Raphael. Case closed. Bam.
You can answer the question directly.
It's a United Workers Party event, man, and he's the president of the party,
And he's welcome to participate.
Of course.
All right, somebody says, Matt, please tell him to go to Dodan. It's in the constituency of Portsmouth. We need someone to represent Dodan, okay? All right, on the telephone, more telephone calls, 257. Hello, talk to me, yeah? Are you there?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
Matt,
I'm here.
if the supporters of the United Workers Party believe they can win an election with the same amount of votes they get last election, let it be. But one thing I will make them understand
For you to win an election, you have to go to the homes of the people that did not vote for you. That's the only way, because the Labour Party right now have more freedom rights inside of it than Labour rights themselves. So if United Workers' Party believe they can win with Marigot alone, and Marigot is 11 seats, let it be. But I'll be sorry for them if they continue with that same behavior. Bye.
Bye-bye. 2:58 is the 2:59 right now and 4 seconds.
Hello. Greetings, Matt. Greetings, Matt.
Greetings to you, bro.
And greetings to Dr. Thompson Fontaine and Mr. Charles.
Good evening.
Yes,
This is Trinity here.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say, enough respect to Dr. Thompson Fontaine and to Mr. Charles, because these people there, these guys there, let me tell you, these guys are very down to earth. And a lot of people gravitate to these men, and these are people we want on our side. These are the people we want for Dominica, to lead and to be of good example, So I really want to big them up. I listen in, and it's very interesting conversation, So I'm there, keep in tune. So just keep up the good work, Mr. Fontaine and Mr. Charles. Enough respect to you.
Thank
and
you.
to Mr. Peltier as well.
Thank you as well. Somebody's saying, man, it's the likes of these kind of supporters of the UWP that will drive people away. Would they prefer the economic summit to be held on Donkey Beach or Sam's Gutter? This is unnecessary attack on Thompson Fontaine's genuine efforts. Okay, our final call, and we allow Dr. Thompson Fontaine to wrap up, and of course our friend from the Valley. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, bonjour, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Isaac Baptiste, I joined your program very, very late, so I have a final question. But is it my understanding that the majority of the people who are opposing the United Workers' Party holding a function at Jungle Bay, it is really supporters of the party?
From some supporters of the UWP. That's all I got. Some.
So the argument that, let's assume that is true, the argument that we were accusing the United Workers' Party, because I'm not a United Workers' Party person, the United Workers' Party said it was bad politics for the nation, for the former president of Dominica to have called people to not to go to Brisbane, boycott Brisbane, and therefore cause the demise of the Brisbane. Is it that they are asking that we do the same to Jungle Bay? But I want to take a hey, those of you doing that, please just look at yourselves. And is it really Jungle Bay you want to attack, or the political leader of the United Workers' Party? Be careful.
All right. And on that note, that was the former president of the United Workers' Party. I gotta allow Ronald to wrap up.
Yes.
And then Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
Yes. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for bringing me here. And of course, it's always a pleasure to be alongside the next Prime Minister of Dominica. With good health, and his focus. And as we say, he's the still water that's going to cause damage like Erica. But having said that, I want to say, I want to reach out to my constituents. And I say my constituents, although it's not official. I know my daddy is listening and my mother. So I want to tell them, stay strong. He's not feeling 100. But I'm sure that knee will be fine by the time I get home this afternoon. Of course, all the constituents of Corcoran, Wharton, Waven, Mount Prospect, Trafalgar, Loda, Lily Valley, Coptol, and just name it, the entire constituency. Thank you for the support, and thank you for just being, part of this, this avalanche of change. And I continue to remain focused on what we have to do as a people. I always say to people that, of course, the other side has one way of doing things, attacking people's character, trying to destroy them, trying to bring them down. But I believe with consistency and, your vision for a better Dominica, as I say, the rain will pour today and it will subside tomorrow. And the calmness of the sea will soon be there. And Dr. Thompson Fontaine is next.
You sound like a poet.
But I try. I start.
It's waxing a lyrical.
But at the end of the day, all I want to say is we will have differences. I mean, it's understandably so. I mean, we will have different opinions. we will have different ways of looking at things. But I just want to urge all our supporters that we have a great team in the likes of our president, who is the president of the United Workers' Party, a great executive who works hard, and of course, a good and fantastic political leader who is going to bring all of this together. And God bless all your listeners. God bless you. God bless this station. And thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Fontaine?
Yes, Matt, thank you very much. Let me just remind the listeners that our vision as the United Workers' Party is to continue to ensure that every Dominican have an opportunity to fulfill their dreams from hard, smart work, and that the opportunities that we offer them to take their rightful place in our society and also to build Dominica. And this conference, this summit, on the 4th to the 6th, we invite your participation. Also, the awards dinner will be awarding 9 outstanding Dominicans for their service to country on the night of the 4th. And let me just say, Matt, that this is just one of the many initiatives that we have cooking. In addition to this initiative, there will be 3 other major initiatives that we are beginning to conceptualize and to bring into fruition. And as soon as they're ready, as soon as they're baked, we're not going to sell anything half-baked to Dominicans. As soon as it is baked, we'll be revealing to the population. So get the tongues wagging, because a lot more to come from the leadership of the United Workers' Party.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine, safe journeys. Good afternoon to you. Yeah?
Convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
2 minutes and you're on your way.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
When you share $50,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs, $1,000 in cash every single week. Home surround sound system, groceries, small appliances, smartphones, Bluetooth speakers, carnival tickets, and more. Wait, there is more. You could also be the grand prize winner of a $10,000 Visa cash card. Swipe all you like. All you have to do is top up $10 or more. Sign up for any new service from Flow, pay your bills in full, or switch to Flow, and you too can win more.
Get what?
How we live? Hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life. We feeling hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life. Heading about time we know what's fun bill. That's with the contract is a sure thing. How with the new floor plan name? Hybrid. If you don't know about it, then they better slide in. How we live? Hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life. We feeling hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life. Jump in the hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life. We feeling hybrid life. Living like a hybrid life.
With Flow's new hybrid plan, postpaid and prepaid come together as one, with no overages, no contract, no deposit, and no catch.
Hybrid.
Bundle up now and get 30 gigabytes of data and unlimited phone calls for only $55 per month, plus a discounted smartphone.
You see the new phone plan that Flow made? You could turn postpaid to prepaid.
Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but your business doesn't have to be. In the face of adversity, you need a partner that goes above and beyond. Choose the path of resilience and certainty with CNW Business. Through disaster recovery as a strategy solution, CNW Business will safeguard your critical data, maintain seamless communication channels, and help you bounce back faster than ever before. Visit our website, cwcbusiness.com/myopenbusiness to learn more. Remember, a safe business is an open business.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More pan, more so the tingo. Is more with Flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More pan, more with Flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video cast. Unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes! More pan more, see how the thing go. It's more with flow, now you really know. Get you now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
Roseau, you are now fiber ready. Enjoy faster speeds and bigger savings on Dominica's most reliable network. Sign up now or upgrade to a Flow Fiber internet package and get 1 month free internet service. Add a postpaid mobile to your package and save 50% off your mobile bill every month. Plus, get a smartphone absolutely free. Roseau, are you ready for the Flow Fiber fast internet experience? To feel the speed, visit the Flow flagship store or call 440-3569 for more information.
When a stroke occurs, you have 60 minutes to win or lose the race of your life. There are new treatments, but you must get to the hospital fast. If you suddenly feel weakness on one side or have trouble speaking, walking, or seeing, it could be a stroke. Call 911 or 999. Get to the hospital because how you spend the next 60 minutes could determine how you spend the rest of your life. Stroke. Know the signs. Act in time. A message from the Ray Astor Foundation in partnership with Flow Dominica.
Roots Rock Bar and Grill presents Reggae Night Wednesday, each and every Wednesday, featuring selector urban and special guest DJs, 9 p.m. till very late. Drink specials, Roots Rock Bar and Grill in Tata. See you there.
Oh, you na 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 na. Give it to me now, raise it up now, temperature now. Oh yeah, oh God, did you bring it back one more time, this girl? So sweet like a name, sweet like a melody. Oh, so give me up and
I got about 8 minutes outside the hour of 3. Good afternoon, Dominica. How you doing today? Good afternoon. How you doing, man? Of course, it's another edition of the Flow Hour right here live on Carry FM and the Q95. Good afternoon to all my prepaid and postpaid customers. How you doing today? Not forgetting my broadband customers. Good afternoon. Man, that's the vibe here today. Saying good afternoon going out to the team at the Flow Store. Good afternoon to you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday so far. Big up yourself. To all my Flow customers, you already know. Yeah, man, of course, and all the street vendors that's locked on. Big up yourself, same way. Yeah, but of course, connected to Dominica's fiber fast network. Sign up for internet and get a $200 Visa cash card. Make that switch today. It's all about the most reliable network, of course. Elevate your internet experience and enjoy savings on us. Sign up online at broadband and get a $200 Visa cash card. Get more with Flow. Yeah, man, it's a Flowtastic Friday.
Selector up and run the road.
Oh. Yeah, man, let me take that one in from the top right now. Take a listen.
Give it to me now. Bring it up. Every time now. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Did you bring it back one more time, this girl? So sweet like a name. Sweet like a melody. Oh, so give me up.
That one they call Siwo. Sweet like a melody. Davina Victoria, good afternoon to you. How are you doing today? It's a Flowtastic Friday.
Put that for me, darling. I want this that forever, forever now. This is so magical. Everywhere that you so beautiful. Like girl, it's melody. Only. Did you bring it back one time, this girl? So sweet like honey, sweet like a melody. Oh, so give me your honey. I want you to hold me. Oh, baby. I want you to hold me.
Sweet like a melody, just in case you guys are wondering, this rhythm is called Sakafet. Big up to a Tiger Lily, good afternoon to you. Big Merv, good afternoon. Langford and the rest of the crew, good afternoon to you. Happy Friday. Joseph, good afternoon.
Baby, you know nobody do it better. Baby,
whoa, yo. And of course, guys, don't forget you can catch me at One Port Bar in Portsmouth later on today. All right, after work line at One Port Bar in Posse. Check it out.
Only, did you bring it back one time? Let's go. Oh, spirit like a melody, spirit like a melody. One thing that I want in this party, oh, is to hold on you against it. Temperature slowly rising up, the fire just started climbing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, only you put me in that. Girl, you're really hot. Every girl in the dance, them to see your body. Man, I'm free, I see them. It's a good tea for wine, if you really got. Give me that. Every piece of wine, girl, give me that. Never probably greedy, an idiot. But never come down, so I'm in that.
Taking this one coming from a wild of fire right now. This so cold temperature.
When you give me wine, feel like I'm inside it. Yeah.
Those of you that's listening on Q95, good afternoon to you. Those of you locked on Carry, good afternoon to you. This is the Flow Hour.
One thing that I want in this party, oh, is to hold on you against it.
One thing inside this party. Turn up the heat. Taking this one coming from Ezra the Fun Machine. I want that called Show.
Every time she bubble and she take it down low. Look at this way, look at this tank low. Look my fight, somebody call Wasco. I don't know what to do. Come from one place, make me chop my money. Put me shopping spree. I have to buy hobbies. I have to be somebody. We make a car cookie, check one. Come and take a dance with me. And you can take for sure. Never got the lecture. You can take for sure. They look pretty. Could have be a white one, black skin, melanin, charming. My head malfunctioning. You can take for sure. They make my head hot. My girl, you look very nice. Bumper jumping like me, some from spice. Stick on me.
Elevate your internet experience and enjoy savings on us. Sign up for online broadband and get a $200 Visa cash card on us right now. Make that switch today. Connect to Dominica's fiber fast network.
They're looking pretty. They make my head hot. Mini we never moi. Pack passé chez moi. Let me passer pas moi. Je go si les caïpes ou chanter. Mini we never moi. Pack passé chez moi. Let me passer pas moi. Je go si les caïpes ou chanter. Hey, donc à peut-être moi. Never got the lecture. Look at the motion. They looking pretty. Would have be a white one, black skin, melanin, charming. My head malfunctioning. Look at the motion. They make my head hot.
Selector up and run the road.
Black boy, I'm gonna see her now and there. Why is it with that baby?
Yeah, man, let me play the tune of the hour right now. Take a listen.
Gave you all my heart, I gave you my soul. Gave you all my heart, I gave you Chinese chicken back. Uchi upe meta, why you do me that? Why you do me that? Girl, Uber me a go well. Uber me a go well. She we Uber me a go well. Uber me a go well. And I gave you all my heart. I gave you my soul. Gave you all I got. I gave you my heart. Hey. Why you do me that, baby? Why you do me that, sweetie? 3 weeks I crying for you. Why you had to take you away from me, girl? I gave you all my heart. I gave you my soul. Gave you all.
Man, one more time again from the top right now. Big up to all my boss drivers that's locked on. All my flow customers, good afternoon to you.
Why you do me?
Oh yeah.
Girl, Uber me
I'll go well.
Uber me I'll go well. She we Uber me I'll go well. Uber me I'll go well. And I gave you all my heart. I gave you my soul. Gave you all I got. I gave you my heart. Hey. Why you do me that, baby? Why you do me that, sweetie? 3 weeks I crying for you. Why you had to take you away from me, girl? You know, say me love you. You know, say me need you. You know, say me need you.
Baby, why you have to go?
You have to go. Why you have to go, baby? Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. You know I love you. I love you, girl.
Yes.
I love you, girl.
Yes.
Hey. Uber me, I'll go well. Uber me, I'll go well. She we Uber me, I'll go well. Uber me, I'll go well. And I gave you all my heart.
Make that switch today and sign up with the most reliable network, of course.
I gave you my heart. Fini boîte active, tout au fin couché en l'air. nous caille aller en chacun, nous caille chic ben en l'enfer. Tout doux ou c'est chez oui, moi aime ou pour aimer, moi. Tout doux si ou ka tombe, ma caille qui to tombe.
Listen.
Come and take the local love.
I will give you the
local love. This one is the local love. I will give you the local love.
Come get the real Dominican love right here.
I will give you the local love.
Make that switch today and sign up with the most reliable network, of course.
The local love. Local food, no time to eat some way. Let who fight go to finish okay. Let who last go to finish pose. Local food, no time to eat some way. The local love. I will give you the local love, my girl. The local love. I will give you the local love. Come and take the local love. I will give you the local love. The local love. I will give you the local love, my girl. The local love. I will give you the local love.
Me jack up the body till me I run water and head and bad up liquor. Say me sipping on the vodka and bumping on the bumper and whining on Rosanna. But can't so you know it's fire and know we not backing down. We drinking on low. I love that when you take your time, my girl, and wine it slow. Let me see you go low.
Let me see you, boy.
Every girl in the place that move your body on the floor. Come headphone got me uncontrollable. Can't stop me uncontrollable. In the club say me not manageable. Getting drunk tonight me feeling high. And we don't care what people say. I just come to enjoy my life. I just come to enjoy my life. Just come to enjoy my life. Uncontrollable. Can't stop me uncontrollable. In the club say me
But I'm saying the local love is the best thing about
me feeling high. And we don't care.
the regional and the international love have nothing on the local love.
Enjoy my life. I just want to enjoy my life. To touch tonight.
Global music. Let me tell you about this land. So let me tell you about the date and anything you want, anything you need. I asked me to wanna go. She said you don't wanna be.
Anything me say.
Anything you want, anything you need. I asked me to wanna go.
Hi Nato, good afternoon to you, sweetie. How you doing today?
Early in the morning.
Happy Friday going out to you.
She giving me that look.
We got about 23 minutes outside the hour 3. This is the Flow Hour live on Carry FM and Q95. Anything you want, anything you need, you are go get it.
Let me go now.
I'm driving on the road up over time and I'm feeling nice. Then I run into this beautiful lady that blow my mind. She's looking over at me, I'm looking at she's in time. But girl, I really want to come over so I could take her whitey. Girl, your body's really wanted. So I'm just keeping it 100. I wanna take you home tonight and do all the things you like. From you give me the good.
I want to extend out a happy belated birthday greetings going out to Nato, who celebrated her birthday on Monday. Wishing you all the best. Hope you had fun on your birthday. And of course, I want to wish you many, many more years to come. Happy belated birthday greetings going out to you, Nato. Hope you had a great day.
Let me tell you this quick before the day starts to take over. I want to make you happy, that's my over. You got me hunted. Girl, your body's really wanted. So I'm just keeping it 100. I wanna take you home tonight.
We walk into a whining song, waiting for this all year round.
Of course, this is the rhythm called Liming.
Gonna smiling, soon I go be whining.
Back in 2016.
It's so wrong. Cause right now I'm looking for the one to come and come wind me down. That's your man, please don't get me wrong. Just come and hold me tight.
We moving,
Side to side.
we going.
Left to right. Baby, now you need to wind it. Wind it, baby, wind it. Wind it, baby, wind it. Wind it for me. Baby, now you need to ride it. Ride it, baby, ride it. Ride it, baby, ride it. Ride it for me.
Do wine like you are my owner. Come on, baby, wine for me. Don't let go, mama. Do wine like you are my owner. Come on, baby, wine for me. I love how you can, I love how you can, mama. I love how you wine, I love how you wine, mama. I love how you can wine so good. I love how you can.
It's a Flotastic Friday.
You can, mama. Hey, okay, you no get touché, but you like a no get touché. You not ship like I do say, you better. And I know with my touch you do better. No pressure, step by step better. Wait till I come, cause I'm much better. We get in the fall, boom, boom, boom. No matter you come, but come much better. Wine like you are my owner. Come on, baby, wine for me. Don't let go, mama. Do wine like you are my owner. Come on, baby, wine for me. I love how you can, I love how you can, mama. I love how you wine, I love how you wine, mama. I love how you can find so.
Rock and come in. Oh, baby, we say rock and come in. I mean, let the pull it rock and come in. For the girl, stop and come in. Oh, they ready to rock and come in. Rock and come in. I mean, let the pull it rock and come in. For the girl, stop and come in. Oh, they ready to rock and your body in, girl, you are a queen. Want you for me team. Want you for me team. Baby, we say rock and come in. I mean, I don't pull it rock and come in.